I'd like to announce the starting lineup for this team's first. At defense, number 17, Lance Gilbert. At defense, number 5, Steve Young.
Okay.
At left wing, number 12, Ryan.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Number 7.
It's the Massena Championship game. The tournament here at the arena brought to you this evening by Hahn Welding Supply, Route 56, St. Lawrence Reduction Plant. Working together, their quality shines through. By Collins Brothers, Sunny Service Station on East Orba Street in Massena. By Agway, the Family Farm Home and Garden Center, South Main Street, Massena. And by the A-Plus Mini Market, downtown Massena. Stand by for high school hockey on WMSA.
And in the net, number 1, Ruthie Garaki.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Massena Arena for the championship game of the Massena Invitational Holiday Hockey Tournament. The Massena Red Raiders and the Bob Whites of Bellows Free Academy of St. Albans, Vermont. Our officials are going to be, let's see here, the Lake Placid contingent, Denny Allen and Mike St. Louis. And I'm Jerry Manor, alongside me Dave McLennan, and we're about set to go. Should be a good game, David.
Yes, it should, Jerry. Here at balmy Massena Arena. If this game is any indication, or the previous 3 games, I should say, are any indication what we're going to see in this game, it's going to be exciting. It couldn't be any better if it had been scripted in Hollywood. We've had 3 games prior to this one, 2 last night, 3-2 Potsdam lost to BFA. The winning goal, as you mentioned, 19 seconds from the end. Massena won 4-2 over IHC, and actually it was right down to the wire, 41 seconds and an empty netter. And then this afternoon, Potsdam over IHC 4-3 with the winning goal scored with 10 seconds. So, you know, every game has been exciting. And we mentioned yesterday that tournament hockey seems to bring out the best in the teams, and
sure does.
I think this game will be no exception.
It's going to be interesting. Dale Villeneuve will be centering off against Pat Tracy as we get ready to go. Villeneuve centering Brian Verville and Jeff Murray. Steve Young and Lance Gilbert at the points. Massena, of course, with Tracy, Murphy, and McCracken. And it's Adams and Schneider back at the points. And we're underway. Puck comes to Schneider. He dumps it deep in the zone. And Steve Young after it in his own zone for BFA. Young gets poked away. Murphy with it. Dumps to an open wing. Goes in the corner. After it is Lance Gilbert. He and McCracken jam along the boards. It comes about halfway out. Back to the point. Tracy, did he keep it in? Bouncing around out, comes out of the zone. Now they jam for it right at the blue line. And there's a whistle as things are tied up, and we're going to have a face-off. We're just underway here in the championship game of the Massena Invitational Holiday Hockey Tournament.
One thing the Raiders are going to have to be very conscious of, and Coach Moore is very conscious of, and I know he talked to his club before the game, they've got to stay out of the penalty box because BFA has an excellent power play. They spend 15 to 20 minutes on their specialty teams each day at practice.
Off the face-off, we've got the Moulton line out there now. Moulton, Kimmel, and Parent. And for Massena, the Jake Morris line, Morris, Moore, and Bigelow. And the puck slides slowly back as icing will be called. Massena fires it down the length of the ice. So that'll move the face-off back into Massena territory. Bruce Starushi, who has been outstanding all year long for the Raiders in the Massena net, defending the lobby end goal. And it's Joe Gray at the other end for the Bob Whites.
Raiders trying to bust that wing on the left side. Just missed on the pass.
Morris will face off against Moulton. And here's the draw. The puck bouncing in the circle. Nobody seems to find a handle. Now Moulton just flips it in behind the net, picked up by Brian Levac from Massena. Going to Moore, bounces over the defenseman stick out to center ice. Back is Randy Yates off the boards, picked up by Jake Morris from Massena. Morris feeds it back. Here's Thompson. Thompson just dumps it in the zone, and it comes inside of the net. And Gray, a little problem with it. Morris picks it up, circles around. Back to the point. It goes back out to center ice. Thompson poke checked away from him by Jay Parent, and the puck slides back in the Massena zone. Levac throws a check. The puck picked up, back to the point. The point was open and goes all the way down the ice into BFA territory. Back to pick it up is Richard Ross, who's out there playing defense with Scott Delorme now for BFA. The puck, as BFA makes a change, goes back in the Massena zone. Tommy Post bangs it around the boards. Mike Adams picks it up and flips it out to center ice. The Fauché line out there now for Massena. Joey Fauché at Davis and Bobby Whitcup. Puck in the Massena zone. Mike Adams drops it to Tommy Post. Tommy starts out, trying to backhand it out of the zone. Here's an opportunity for Fadden. His shot goes wide. Didn't really get good wood on it. and Massena clears the zone. Davis. Fauché racing for it. Can't come up with it. Comes to Steve Moulton. Moulton drops it to his defenseman, Richard Ross, off the boards to the Massena line. Post right back out. Hits Fauché with a headman. Fauché circles back, has problems picking it up. Now he gets it, flips it in the zone, and it goes through the defenseman, Richard Ross's legs back behind the net. Ross now comes back for it, feeds it around the boards to the blue line. It slides all the way out to center ice, and Fauché has to back and pick it up. And behind the play, we've got a penalty, and it's going to go against Massena. And Mike Adams gets the gate. I think he's going to get
he's going to get a tripping penalty.
Okay.
Yeah. Mike pinched down along the side. He tried to keep the puck and pinching down on the BFA right wing, and as the puck skittered by him, he continued on in and just took the feet right out from under the Bellows Falls right winger. This Bellows Falls looks like they're a good skating club, Jerry.
Real good club. Okay, let's see what we have here for the power play. First of all, Tracy's out there with McCracken to try to kill it. Schneider and Thompson. And we've got Murray, the captain, takes the face-off. He's out there along with Verville and Moulton. And back, Dale Villeneuve drops back to play the point along with Lance Gilbert. So they've got the guns out there on this power play. And they bring it out of their own end. Headman pass Murray, he overskates, and the puck knocked right back by Thompson, all the way back into Bob White territory. Back for it is Lance Gilbert. Gilbert takes it behind his net. Scotty McCracken just standing at the blue line right now. Headman goes to Murray down the off wing. Murray dumps it in, left wing side, goes around behind the net. Schneider trying to come up with it, goes to Tracy. Tracy can't clear the zone, kept in at the point by Gilbert. Feeds it in behind the net. Schneider picks it up again, and this time he gets it out to center ice as Gilbert was unable to keep it in. Goes all the way down into BFA territory. We're down to 40 seconds in the power play. Here comes Gilbert again. Headmans it to Murray as Murray breaks out left wing side. Cross ice pass to Villeneuve. Villeneuve just dumps it in the zone as they try to change some lines here. Puck comes in the corner. Dumped around and back out to center ice as the Raiders clear it again. Timmy Thompson. Good shift on that penalty kill for Thompson. Now coming back for it, we've got Jay Parent. Parent's headman stolen right there by Bigelow. Bigelow in the corner, 1-on-4. Looking to waste a little time. Has it taken away. And back the other way comes BFA. Out to center ice. They try to dump it in the zone. They cross the blue line, trying to set it up, comes right in the slot, and the puck goes in behind the net as nobody could get a stick on it. Now the puck bouncing around. The penalty is up. We have a whistle and another penalty. And this time I think it's going to go against BFA.
I think so. He's going to call a hooking penalty.
And
that's
number 13. That's right. That's going to go on Dave Kimmel.
You know, the Raiders that time, Jerry, usually, which we've noticed this year, they've been very aggressive when they're down a man. They forecheck up in the offensive end. They really respect the BFA power play because they laid back and kind of picked them up at center ice, kind of feeling their way at this first penalty killing situation. But that showed a lot of respect for BFA. And I refer to them as Bellows Falls, and it's not. It's Bellows Free.
Right. Okay, Jake Morris out there, along with Bigelow and Fauché. So Fauché is going to move up to play the wing. And we've got Adams along with Schneider. Shot from center ice is gloved, and DeRushy can't get it out of his glove. Now he drops it, and it comes around the boards to Schneider. Schneider starts out, and he's going to take it up the middle, hits Bigelow, goes right by him, and the puck down the ice for an icing against Massena. And so the pass just didn't connect. And back we come into the Massena zone with 10:56 remaining to play in period number 1. On the Corky's Collision scoreboard, it's still 0-0.
The BFA goaltender, Joe Gray, big, tall, rangy fella, hasn't been really tested yet, but he looks a little nervous with the stick, Jerry.
Here's the puck, back to the point. Here's a shot knocked down, and Massena starts to move it out. Fauché. Fauché down the left wing. Headman to Bigelow. Bigelow breaks across. Shot! Save by Gray. Rebound, another save by Gray. Bigelow gets a couple off, and now the puck goes in the corner. Jake Morris. Ooh, he got railed. Puck along the board. Schneider pinches in and keeps it in. Here's Schneider after it in the corner. Gets by a check, slaps it around the boards. It comes to Mike Adams. Adams trying to get by a check. He gets knocked down, and Villeneuve comes away with a puck to the blue line. Fauché keeps it in. Fauché pokes at it. Now it's out to center ice, and down the ice it goes. And DeRushy sticks it right back to Jake Morris at center ice. Here's Morris dropping it back to Schneider, and everybody's kind of all discombobulated out there, Dave.
At hard ice, you lose an edge rather easily on that.
Out to center ice it comes. Murphy going after it. Is Massena trying to make a change. Murphy into the zone, trying to tie up the defenseman. Back to the point. Mike Adams, the big drive, the shot to save the rebound. Just wide by Murphy. Good chance for Murphy. Couldn't put it home. Now the puck in the corner. Back to Thompson. Thompson feeds Tracy at the 45. Tracy to McCracken behind the net. Murphy can't get the shot off, and the puck bounces all the way back to center ice. Thompson coming to pick it up, trying to slide it ahead. Penalty is up, and both teams were able to kill off the opposition's power play. Now back comes Massena's Pat Tracy, leading the attack. Tracy across the red line, drives it from there, goes wide in the corner. Murphy cruises in after it, but the goalie, Gray, is there to stick it around the boards, and it's out to center ice. Levac gets beat. Here comes the 2-on-1 for BFA, breaking right front, the shot, score! That was Steve Moulton, and he beat Bruce DeRushy on the backhand.
Yeah, that play originated, and the mistake was made up on the offensive blue line. The Raider defenseman, Brian Levac, got caught in between. Do I or don't I? I see the defenseman, Timmy Thompson, played it well, stayed in the middle, but the BFA forward, nice little backhand between the wickets.
So BFA draws first blood here. Moulton getting the goal and picking up the assist, Rick Fadden. Off the faceoff. Massena trying to control Fauché, ahead to Davis, across the blue line, quick wrist shot, save made Gray. Puck in the corner. Back to Fauché, his drive, another save by Gray, and he's going to hold on to face it off to the right.
Early indications, we said before that Joe Gray wasn't tested. He has been the last minute or so, and he looks like he's going to be a stand-up goaltender. Now, we mentioned the mistake made. Brian's just a young sophomore, great potential. Those are things that come with experience.
Fauché's out there with line mates, and we're ready to, I think that's McDonald now out there playing the left wing, is it not?
I think so.
Yep. So off the face-off, the puck comes back behind the net. Randy Yates feeds it around the boards. Bouncing puck goes back in behind. LeClaire with it, the big defenseman for BFA, feeds it down the ice, and Tommy Post intercepts, trying to get it back to McDonald, poked away from him. Back in the Massena zone, DeRushy stops at side of the net. Leaves it for Post. Post trying to move it around along the boards. Post, head man. Poke check by Fauché. Here comes Davis across the blue line. Davis breaking in, 3-on-1. Davis right in front. And the goalie, I believe, Gray got a piece of it. Puck bounces around behind. Picked up by Steve Young. Young bounce pass off the board, center ice. Schneider picks it up ahead. And it hit Davis coming out of the zone. So offsides will be called. And the faceoff will come just outside. Our BFA territory.
Eddie Davis broke down that right side, and he actually had the defenseman beat. He plays the off wing. Eddie's a left-handed shot playing the right side. If he learns, just like Jeff Bigelow, once they have that defenseman beat a half a stride to cut sharply and come around to the forehand, he tipped off that he was going to pass the puck that time because he stayed on the backhand all the way down. That helps the goalie, the opposing goalie.
That was an intentional. Here's a quick shot by Murray, goes wide, off a leg, I believe. That was an intentional offsides. It's back in the Massena zone. Here's a drive from the point. DeRushy makes the save. Rebound, Villeneuve right in front. And somehow that stayed out of there. And I'm not sure how, as I'll tell you, BFA is buzzing right now. Massena trying to control it. Levac slides it back to the blue line. Gilbert keeps it in, dumps it in the corner. In behind the net. After it there is Mike Adams. Adams pokes along the boards, has it back to the point, but can't get it out. Now it slides around on the other side in behind the net. After it is Levac. Takes a whack at it, bounces to the point. Kept in, Morris throws a check. Levac pokes it ahead. Bigelow picks it up. Here comes Bigelow breaking in on Young. Bigelow shifts, trying to dump the pass to Moore, but is knocked back out to center ice by the defenseman Steve Young. Comes to Adams. Adams, headman pass. Bigelow just backhands it to Morris. Breaks in 1-on-2. He gets knocked down, and the puck picked up by Young. Poked away. Morris picks up the loose puck, steps by the check, centers it in front, just wide by Murphy. Murphy in the slot. Now to Morris. The shot. Fired it wide. I think Gray got a piece of it. Comes back to Adams at the point. Adams takes a whack at it, trying to keep it in the zone. He does along the boards. It's lifted in the air. Murphy keeps it in. Feeds Adams. Adams along. Has it taken away by Lance Gilbert. Stolen by Tracy, but it's taken right back by Gilbert, and he brings it back out to center ice. Slides by Murphy all the way down the ice, and Murphy comes back for it in his own end. Over to Schneider. Schneider gets knocked down. Coming back is Tracy to help out. Flips it around on the other side to Mike Adams. Adams in his own end, looking to set up for Massena. Move it out of there. Adams bounce pass to center ice. Intercepted. Dump back in the zone. Right to the blue line to Tracy. Tracy overskates it. Loses it in his skates. And BFA flips it up into the zone, or into the stands, Rick Fadden. And the faceoff will come outside Massena territory. Massena's had some good chances.
Yes, they have. Good action at both ends. And the BFA forechecking system pattern is giving the Raiders some problems. They're a good skating club. They're putting two guys on the puck. They're dropping all three men down low. So the Raiders are going to have to adjust that, bring that weak side wing down a little bit, and bring the center over towards the boards to help out, Jerry, because BFA is giving us some problems with that forechecking system.
Moulton's line out there against the Tracy line, off the face, back in the Massena zone again. Schneider dumps it right across. It's picked up in the crease and bounces into the corner. Parent there trying to center it. McCracken steps in front and poke checks it and out of the zone. Now Tracy takes a whack at it, has it knocked down, gets it back again. Headman of Murphy goes behind him. McCracken, and offsides the call as McCracken tried to keep it in, but it came out. And he brought it right back in again. And on the Corky's Collision scoreboard, BFA leads Massena 1-0.
I don't think we'll see the chippiness tonight as we saw in that game last night,
no.
IHC game. Both these clubs respect the other team's power play too much.
And they both like to play hockey.
Yes, and this will give everyone a chance to play tonight, too.
Here comes McCracken, just dumps it. Side of the net, Gray is going to glove and hold on as Pat Tracy coming right in on him. So the faceoff will come back in Bob White territory to the left of goaltender Joe Gray.
Again, as I look at Mr. Gray, he's a stand-up, good with the pads. I have a feeling he's a little weak handling that puck. Just the way he went down, instead of using his stick on that one, he decided maybe he wanted to change. Maybe the coach told him to, yell from the bench, get a whistle. But he still, the jury is out on that stick work yet. He seemed a little shaky with it.
We've got Villanove's line coming out now, and the Fauché line steps across for Massena. Face-off left side in BFA territory, off the draw. The puck comes back to Gilbert in behind his own net. Whitkup's back out on the wing, and he tries to forecheck a bit. Now Fauché whacks, gets to Whitcup. Whitcup trying to go by a check. He's knocked off the puck. And the Bob White's move, but not out of there, kept in by Schneider. Of course, this is the job of that third line, to keep that puck in the Bob White territory, maybe pick up one. Puck bouncing around, picked up again by Gilbert. Gilbert trying to feed it along the boards to Verville. Verville finally moves it to Villeneuve, and he moves it down the ice. Headman to Murray. Here comes Murray in on the off wing, and he falls down. Schneider got a little piece of him, and the puck bounces along the boards and is picked up by Eddie Davis. Davis, long backhander, racing for it is Whitcup, goes back into the corner. Whitcup goes in there along with Lance Gilbert, and the puck bounces around, and Villeneuve again picking it up for the Bob Whites. Long headman pass to Murray, right on his stick. Murray dumps it ahead, and they want off. Going to make a line change. Thompson throws a check in behind the net, trying to come up with a loose puck, and he does. Backhands it. It goes into the corner. A big pileup of players. Loose puck picked up by Tommy Moore. Can't clear the zone. Comes back to the blue line. Here's a quick wrist shot. Knocked down in front. Goes right on DeRushy. And no, he's not going to cover it up, apparently. He leaves it for Tommy Post. And Post breaks out of there. Here comes Post across the red line. Fakes the shot. Just slides it underneath the defenseman. Goes in behind the net. Gray leaves it for Richard Ross. Trying to feed it around the boards. Poked free by Post. He can't find the handle. And it's back out to center ice. Lifted in the air, knocked down at the blue line. Moore backhands it. Massena's going to be called for controlling the puck with a high stick. And the faceoff will move back in Raider territory with 4:26 left on the clock on the scoreboard. The Corky's Collision scoreboard, BFA leads Massena 1-0. Our broadcast brought to you tonight by the A-Plus Mini Market, downtown Massena. Also by Agway, the Family Farm Home and Garden Center, South Main Street, Massena. By Collins Brothers, Sunny Service Station on East Orva Street. Off the draw, Levac picks it up, feeds it around the board, still in the Massena zone, dumped right back in the corner by BFA. Well, the puck still in the corner, trying to control it. Tommy Moore is in there, throws a check, puck squirts free. Jake Morris can't come up with it. Parent dumps it back to the point. Here's the drive. Ooh, deflected by the Massena defenseman, just wide. Puck in behind the net. They try to center it. Goes all the way back to the point. Here's a shot. Knocked down by Tommy Moore, and it's backhanded by Jake Morris out to center ice. Moore tries to throw a check, and he gets checked up into the Massena bench, and the loose puck picked up there by Joe Leclerc. Leclerc feeds it back to the Massena line. Mike Adams trying to feed Tracy. Tracy has it kicked away from him, and the BFA player loses it and escapes Randy Yates. Finally, he finds it, dumps Massena zone. Now the Raiders trying to clear out of there. Tracy steps by a check, feeds McCracken. McCracken breaks, drop past Tracy in the slot. He's tied up. It comes back to Adams. Adams drive goes wide. Ooh, that was a bullet. And the puck comes in behind the net. McCracken goes after it, takes a whack. Tracy comes away with the puck. Looking to center it. We got a whistle, and there's going to be a penalty.
I think he's going to call initial one on Massena. Now he should. Yes, he is. He's going to call Scotty Murphy for hooking or tripping, and he should get one of the BFA players for after the fact. But let's see if he is. He's going to call. Yes, he is going to call one on the BFA goaltender. The Raiders are having some problems with this forechecking system of BFA. They're quick, they're fast, they're putting 2 men on the puck, and they're really swarming down there. I'm sure the Raider defenseman sometimes thinks there are 5 of them on the puck, but they're going to have to get onto that puck in a hurry and move it in a hurry. They're just holding it a half a count too long. Move it, move it, move it. Beat that system. They've got to move the puck. And as I said, the weak side wing, when they run it around the board, he's got to drop down towards the corner a little bit more, and the center's got to slide over. And so if that defenseman pinches down, they can just tip the puck by him.
Okay, we're going to have a face-off. So Kimmel's going to serve the penalty to goaltender Joe Gray. So we got 4-on-4. Jeff Moulton comes out to take the face against Pat Tracy off the draw. The puck picked up by the big defenseman Lance Gilbert. Big, strong defenseman. He's played well so far in the game. Puck along the boards. Messina's Schneider in there. Trying to backhand it. Comes back to the point. McCracken shot right on. And the glove saved by Gray. He leaves it behind the net. Again for Gilbert. Gilbert and Tracy jam in the corner. Tracy trying to come up with a puck. Kicks it ahead to McCracken. McCracken now drops back to the point. Adams stops, makes a good move. The big drive, score! I think McCracken got it on the way by.
I think he did too, but Mike Adams, what a shot. I'll tell you, he just drifted down and we tipped. That's probably his 4th goal this year that he's got off the same type of a play. Beautiful. But Mike Adams with that great shot. You can't tip them if they're not down low and if they're not on the net. You can shoot them 1,000,000 miles an hour, but if you don't hit the net with them, you don't keep them down, they aren't any good.
Scotty McCracken gets the goal. Mike Adams will get the assist, and maybe Pat Tracy.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, there you go. Okay, so the puck at center ice to the Massena blue line. Picked up there by Thompson. Steps by to check. Here comes Thompson across the blue line, just slips it on, and Joe Gray just steers it into the corner for his defenseman, Scott Delorme. We're still playing 4-on-4 here. Out of the zone. Here comes Delorme. Handles it across the Massena blue line. He just got railed. Ouch. As he had his head down, and you don't do that. Now the puck in the corner, picked up by Post. He gets tied up in behind the net. Following up is Thompson. Thompson skates it out, falls down, pokes it ahead, made a good play to get it out of the zone. Now Davis to Fauché. Fauché gets railed. The puck's still in the skates, and they fight for it. Finally, it's picked up by Davis, and he just slides it slowly in the BFA zone. Scott Delorme back to pick it up. Corky's Collision scoreboard says 1-1. Good hockey game here at the arena, just like we expected. Off the face-off, or off the play, it's back to the blue line of the Bob Whites. Both players are out of the penalty box. We're back to full strength, and the puck slides in behind the Massena net. And DeRushy is going to cover it up. And we're going to have a face-off.
I tell you mentioned, Jerry, a good hockey game. This is an excellent hockey game. We've only played, 13 minutes plus in the first period, but an excellent hockey game. And if it continues this way, I'll tell you, the folks that missed this one missed out on something. This is both clubs, good skating clubs, hitting hard out there, but no chippiness, playing hard. This one's going to go down to the wire, looks like.
Of course, the Concy game went down to the wire as well. Potsdam scoring a goal with 10 seconds left to win it. Off the face, the puck in behind the net. Levac starts out from Massena, bounce pass to Tommy Moore. Moore lugs it out and kind of lost control, bounce back to the blue line. At center ice, picked up there by Jay Parent. Across the blue line, poked away from him. Puck comes free. Almost went to Moulton, but he couldn't quite handle it. Dumps it behind a Parent. Here's Parent behind the net now. Goes back on the other side for Kimmel. Kimmel tries to center. It goes through the crease back to the point. Dumped in the corner. Comes side of the net. DeRushy gets a stick on it into the corner. Now Kimmel. Kimmel moves it, goes to the side. DeRushy covers up. Good move by Bruce DeRushy as BFA pretty much controlling it in that little rally there.
Yeah, a little extracurricular activity after the whistle. Tommy Moore and number 10, Jay Parent for BFA trading an elbow or two, but the official decided to disregard it.
Face-off will be in the Massena zone to the right of goaltender Bruce DeRushy. And both teams making a change. Villeneuve's line coming out for BFA and the Tracy line for Massena. Villeneuve, Verville, and Murray. Murray, the hot hand last night, a goal and 2 assists in the win over Potsdam. McCracken just backhands it off the faceoff out to center ice. Coming back for it is Lance Gilbert. Here's Gilbert dumping it. Picked up by Adams at the Massena blue line. Drops it for Schneider. Schneider bounced past, meant for McCracken, backhanded back in the Massena zone. Schneider picks it up again, dumped right back in by Villeneuve. Puck comes to the side of the net. Mike Adams sweeps it around, has it poked away, gets it back again, takes a whack at it. Now Schneider feeds it into the corner. Murphy after it. Murphy has it poked away. Back to the point from Murray. Here's the shot knocked down, and it's picked up, and we got a whistle and a penalty. Interference will be the... No, high sticking? No, double penalty.
Oh, yeah, double. He's
Matching.
calling interference and high sticking.
Okay. So we got a 4-on-4 again with 32 seconds left in the first period. This first period has just flown
Yes,
by.
it has.
Whoa.
Captain Brett Snyder and Dale Villeneuve, number 18 for BFA, are the two culprits.
So we'll be 4-on-4.
Mr. St. Louis did the honors on that call.
A 1-minute penalty. There we go.
That's a Massena timekeeper.
Must be. Off the face-off. Puck controlled by the Raiders. McCracken after it. Gets by the check. Takes it across. Feeds Tracy. Tracy to McCracken. Run shot. Hit the goal post. Oh, nice feed by Tracy. McCracken hit the goal post. 20 seconds left in the period. Out to center ice. Tracy just swipes it. Back in the zone. Back is Joe Leclerc, the defenseman for BFA. McCracken blocks it. Scotty's really playing well tonight. And what are they going to... They're going to call a hand pass on him.
I think so.
Okay, that'll move the faceoff outside the zone with 10 seconds left in the period. No, they're going to call a penalty. I give up.
He's calling, looks like, was it a tripping call?
A tripping call. Okay. I thought I saw him go like
I
this.
did too.
And I said, I don't believe Scotty touched that with his glove, but...
Here we come.
So Massena will go on the power play. Not only that, but they'll have the face-off in the BFA zone. A real good opportunity here, maybe, if they can win the draw, to get a good shot off, a good scoring opportunity. Tracy will stay out there. He's got McCracken. He's got Thompson. And he's got Adams. I think they want to get it back to Mike, and they do.
He's the catalyst.
Can't get the shot off. Goes to Thompson. 5 seconds right in front. Goes to McCracken. He can't get the shot off. That'll take care of the period. So they got it to Adams, but he had to come in for it, and he couldn't really get the shot off. So the period ends, and on the Corky's Collision scoreboard, it's all tied up at a game apiece. Here come the saves in the first period. Joe Gray had 7 saves, and for Bruce DeRushy, 9 saves.
9 for DeRushy, 7 for Gray.
Brucey DeRushy?
An enjoyable period. A great period. That's fine hockey out there. Both clubs up and down the ice, hitting hard, and we can't be any more even. It's even on the scoreboard, 1-1, 2 out at the 5:45 mark, and that was Moulton. I'm not sure of defenseman, but as we said before, you sometimes need a computer to work with 5 defensemen to know who's situation. They one man at the top at the blue line and 2 on the side, 1 down low, and they try to go again across ice, a diagonal pass. Mike Adams found Scotty McCracken down to Joel Gray's left side, and actually he was below the goal line, and no one challenged him, so he was looking to pass. No one challenged him for BFA, so he decided that he just stepped right out in front and blistered one by Joel Gray. He said, if you're not gonna check me or challenge me, I'll step out. But a beautiful pass down there by Mike Adams.
Scotty McCracken picks up his 2nd goal of the game. Thompson picked up 1 assist, and Mike Adams. So Adams has a couple of assists in the game, and Massena takes the lead on the Peach Jewelers scoreboard, 2-1. Off the face-off, Morris line out there. Puck sits in the circle. Now finally the Bob Whites come up with it. That's Joe Leclerc. Feeds it over to his defensive partner, comes back to center ice, and Jeff Bigelow. Bigelow trying to dump it ahead. Bounced around, and it comes back in the Massena zone. DeRushy stops it, leaves it for Levac. Levac flips it around the board. Villeneuve steps in front and dumps it in behind. Now Murray after it. Taken away by Bigelow. Can't clear the zone. Puck bounces back into the slot. Thompson picks it up, takes it behind the net. Has it taken away by Murray. Here's Murray, and he can't quite handle it. Picked up by Fauché. Fauché has it poked away back in behind. Bouncing around. Bigelow trying to get it out of the zone. Kept in at the point. Goes to Villeneuve. Villeneuve looking to center it. Has it knocked down. Now Levac picks it up. Levac and Villeneuve jam behind the net. Puck comes free. Thompson after it. And Massena hasn't been able to clear, but neither has BFA been able to do anything. Here comes Morris the other way. 3-on-2. Morris, Bigelow. Yes, score! Fauché! And that was one of those flutter shots, and it looked to me like it was going to go wide, but Fauché is there to pop it in. That's Joey Fauché from Bigelow, and Morris, I think Bigelow will get an assist. Morris will definitely, and Massena goes up 3-1.
Two key things that Jake Morris, looking, going down that left side. We said before, he must have 3 or 4 eyes. He's always looking, trying to find out where his line mates are. And the second thing was Joey Fauché hustling to catch up to the plate. He didn't get a lot on it, but he got enough. And right up in that top corner, big goal. And the Bob Whites were exerting all kinds of pressure prior to that.
Looked like it was going to go wide to me, but it was kind of the knuckleball shot, and it did go in the net. Now Bigelow digging behind, trying to come up with it, has it taken away by Braylon Ovitz. Puck along the boards, controlled by the Bob Whites. Now they dump it ahead. Tommy Post picks it up from Massena, flips it right back into BFA territory, slides around behind the net. Scott Delorme after it there. We have a whistle. And what do they call? Net's off its moorings.
Yes. Joe Gray tried to avoid. Tommy Moore was racing in like a locomotive that was off its tracks, and Tommy was really forechecking, and Joe Gray tried to avoid him and hooked his arm on the net and tipped it over. So Marty St. Louis blew the whistle.
Joey Fauché, keep wanting to call him Jeff. Older brother Jeff goes to Clarkson now, plays for the Clarkson JVs, but it happens. Here's Thompson's shot, high shot, and he really had to take a shot at bouncing puck, and he did get a shot, but it was high, gloved easily by Joe Gray, and face off again will come inside Bob White territory.
The 3 centers, Pat Tracy, Jake Morris, and Joey Fauché, do an excellent job on face-off.
Fauché wins that one back to Thompson. His shot knocked down, slides out to center ice. He gets up, has it taken away, and it's kicked back in the Massena zone. Back there is Schneider. Backhands it for Davis around the boards. Davis, bounce pass. Fauché. Fauché breaks ahead. Here comes Whitcup down the right wing side, and he gets rubbed into the boards, and there's going to be a slashing call. And that happened behind the play again. Okay, here's the official on Massena's third goal. Joey Fauché getting the goal. Okay, Jake Morris. He did get one, okay.
Yeah, Jeff made the clearing pass out of his own end, just inside his own blue line, and Jeff picked it up just over the red line. And as we said, BFA was exerting all kinds of pressure. And this club has probably given Massena in their 8 ball games more problems than anybody else with their forechecking system.
Okay, here's the penalty now.
Number 21.
And it's Rick Fadden getting the gate for slashing. Yeah, that's what it is. So Massena back on the power play. Tracy out there. Gets a quick dump into the corner. Going after it is Murphy. Back to the point. Adams. Back to Murphy. Murphy, he loses it at the blue line, but Adams does a good job to keep it in. Flips it in behind the net. Comes around the boards, controlled there by BFA, and they dump it down the ice. So Mike has to come back and pick it up. Mike Adams for Massena. Here's Adams in behind his own net, leaves it for McCracken. Scotty starts out. Headman pass knocked down, bounces around at center ice. Controlled there by Jay Parent. Parent into his own end. McCracken takes it away, and it comes back to the point out to center ice. Adams flips it over. Schneider has to wait. Schneider back to Adams. Massena controls it across into the zone. Mike Adams into the corner now. Rubbed off the play. Picked up there by Parent. Flips it around the boards. And it does go out to center ice. We're down about 35 seconds in the Massena power play. On the Peach Jewelers scoreboard, the Raiders lead at 3-1. We're in the second period. Early in the second period. Mike Adams now dumps it. In behind the net, stopped by goaltender Gray. He has got Morris, and he flips it back to the blue line. Kept in at the point by Schneider. Now Murphy after it behind the net. Taken into the board, stays on his feet, trying to control it. He gets tied up, gets a stick on it, bounces around Morris. Jake picks it up, circles it into the high slot, back to the point. Schneider fakes the shot, goes to Mike Adams. Here's the big drive by Adams. He fired it wide, way wide. Now Schneider pinches in, keeps it in the corner, and the penalty is up. And the Bob Whites are back to full strength as the puck dumped all the way down the ice. That should be an icing call, and it is, as coming out of the penalty box was Rick Fadden. And I don't know that he could have picked it up anyway, as he didn't go all the way back into his own end.
He's got to come back into the zone. Now, the Raider power play, that time it wasn't productive, but they've been operating in all cylinders prior to that, looking really sharp on their power play tonight.
10:38 remaining, second period. Face-off will be in BFA territory. Reynolds Metal St. Lawrence Reduction Plan, another one of our sponsors. Off the face-off, Villeneuve out to center ice. Thompson is there. No, that's not Villeneuve. Excuse me, that's Moulton. And he's got the puck. Oh, taken into the boards heavily. Loose puck picked up by Bigelow. Bigelow's headman intercepted and deflected up into the boards and into the stands.
Those rink-wide passes in your own end, you've got to really be careful. You've really got to put some mustard on and make sure you read that opposing defenseman or opposing wing on that side doesn't step down there and read you and pick that pass off, because if he does, he's got a clear path to the goaltender. So you put it across there in that defensive zone, put something on it.
Okay, the Fauché line out there now. Davis with a puck. Davis just dumps it. Goes in behind the net. Around behind Gray. Fauché's there. Joey with it. Trying to go back along the boards. Has it taken away. And in behind the net is Ovett. Ovett. Headman pass. Hits his winger Moulton. Here comes Moulton. Stops at the red line. Dumps into the Massena zone. Brian Levac for the Raiders. Here comes Levac. His headman pass knocked down, but Thompson's back to cover. Picks up the puck. Out to center ice. Trying to get it through. Here comes Fauché. He just wow! A couple of Bob White players ran into each other, and the puck slides into the zone. Picked up by Davis. Davis gets by, gets a shot, and a save made by Gray. McDonald back to Levac at the point. Steps by a check. Has a little problem with it. They jam at the blue line, and McDonald comes in to help out. Can't keep it in, and it slides back to the Massena zone. Thompson has to come back after it. Here comes Thompson out of his own end. Oh, he gets railed. The puck comes free, picked up there by Jeff Murray. In front shot, save, big save, and the puck slid back out again. And that time, Bruce DeRushy, I think Timmy owes him another one. Out to center ice, here's Thompson. He just gets railed, but he slides the puck back into Bob White territory. In the corner it goes. Murphy after it, now Tracy behind the net. Tracy gets knocked into the boards by Villeneuve, gets a piece of it. McCracken fighting for it, he can't control it. It slides out to center ice. Bouncing around, a Tommy Post. Post off the boards to Murphy. Murphy leaves it. Tracy gets hit into the boards, gets back up again, moves it ahead, takes it across. Here's the shot. Oh, Villeneuve blocked that. That had to hurt a bit. And the puck comes in behind the net. Tracy and Villeneuve jam there. McCracken steps in to pick it up. Into the corner it goes. McCracken dumps it behind. There's a penalty. It's going to go against Massena, and it's going to be a slashing against Pat Tracy.
Yeah, and Marty St. Louis looking right at it. There was no question that was a penalty, but you will want him to play somewhat in front. That guy goes in and establishes position in front of your goalie. You want to, your defenseman has to be able to move him out of there, but within reason. You can't get that stick up, and he had it stuck up right up around his face, and the official looking right at it didn't call it.
Steve Moulton will be facing off. Dave Kimmel and Jay Parent will be the two wingers on this power play opportunity. Jake Morris and Jeff Bigelow out there to kill it with Schneider and Thompson. Puck comes back to Steve Young. Young, not very big, but he's shifty out there. He can play the game.
Excellent hockey player.
Out to center ice. Oh, boy, there's a penalty. On who?
Jeff Bigelow. Yeah. He clutched him. He's going to call him for holding.
So Bigelow gets the gate, and that's going to give BFA a two-man advantage.
Two-man advantage for a minute and 18 seconds. And
that's a long time.
The Raider penalty killer unit will really be called on to do their job here. We'll see who Coach Moore is going to put out here. Right now he's got
McCracken coming out, and Morris goes off.
So he's using Timmy Thompson and Brett Schneider on defense with Scotty McCracken.
Same power play unit. Now stepping in will be Parent to take the face-off. Across the blue line, controlled. Here comes BFA in the corner. Here's the shot, the save, the rebound, another save by DeRushy, and he holds on. And now a little pushing and shoving and action in front of the net. But I don't think anything is going to come of it.
Okay, Bruce, if he had to do it over again, he probably wouldn't have given up that rebound. It was a soft shot, and he could have controlled the rebound, and he kicked it out a little too far, and there was a BFA forward just off the crease. They did dodge the bullet there.
Now they make the change, coming out with a big line. Villeneuve coming out along with Murray and Verville. This is their big line. Also, Moulton is out there, and Lance Gilbert. So 4 forwards and a defenseman. Massena staying with the same penalty killers. Poke check back to the point. Gilbert sliding it around. Murray right in front. Shot. Save. DeRushy trying to come up with it. He does. And holds on for the face-off.
That was tic-tac-toe on the draw. Back to the point. Over to the other point. Across diagonally. And Bruce DeRushy equal to the task. I don't know how he slid across there and blocked it. Beautiful save. He just almost said he anticipated where that pass was going by BFA.
Off the face-off. The puck back to the point again. Here's Gilbert with it. Gilbert to Murray. His shot, the save. The rebound comes into the corner. Thompson whacks at it, gets it down the ice. And again, Bruce DeRushy stands tall for the Red Raiders.
2 great scoring opportunities for BFA.
All right, here they come back again. Lance Gilbert will control, and of course, as you said, when you got a 2-man advantage, you want to control it across the blue line. They do. It comes to Jeff Murray. Murray, back to Gilbert, back to Murray. Murray in the circle, drops it behind the net. It comes to Moulton. Back to Murray. Murray in the face-off circle to Moulton. Moulton trying to rogue right in front. The shot, the save, poked into the corner, and the puck comes around the boards. Back to the point again. Here's Gilbert. Gilbert gets it back again. Slides it in the slot. Murray shot goes just wide. Somebody got a piece of it. Back along the boards. Back to the point. 8 seconds left in the first penalty. Here's a shot. The save. The rebound. They jam at it right in front. And where is it? It goes side of the net somehow. And the puck controlled by Massena. Back to the point. They dump it through Villeneuve. The shot into the corner. 1 man back. Villeneuve in behind the net. They bang around. The puck comes into the corner. Tracy trying to lift it back to the blue line. Gilbert trying to keep it in. They jam at it. Controlled by Villeneuve. Poke checked away. And it comes to Tracy. And Tracy lifts it up into the stands. And they killed him off.
Mike Adams. Jerry, I'll tell you how that one stayed out. It was Bruce DeRushy was to the far side. He was down and out of the play. A wide open net. The BF forward, all he had to do was shovel it. Mike Adams came out of nowhere and dove across and stopped it with his body. Great defensive effort by the Raiders out there. Down 2 men for 1 minute and 20 seconds, and they held the fort. Bruce DeRushy standing tall.
Whoa.
Super job.
Okay, back to 5-on-5. Off the face-off. Here's a quick shot. DeRushy the save, and he covers it up. That shot taken by Jay Parent. Not a hard shot, but DeRushy was screened, and he had to make a good save and cover up as he had Dave Kimmel right on top of him.
What the Raiders don't want to do now, they don't want to relax. They just killed off a 2-man advantage. Sometimes you have a tendency to relax and get complacent, and you got to hang tough right now.
Puck in behind the net now. And Thompson slides it ahead out to center ice to Morris. Just jumped over his stick, and it goes back in the zone. Tommy Moore after it. Poked by the goaltender, Gray by him. Back to the blue line, but not out. Now it's kicked out. And back the other way comes Jeff Moulton. Moulton tied up there. And coming back is Moore. Moore gets it out to center ice. Jeff Bigelow and Moore trying to feed it ahead. We got a delay off sides, and it's called as it was Dave Kimmel touching it in the zone after it had come out again. And in fact, they're going to call it intentional and move the faceoff all the way back into BFA territory.
Another strong cog in that killing that penalty. Tommy Post did a great job out there. He's a young Coach Moore, again, showing a lot of confidence in him. Tommy's a big, rugged, but shows a lot of quickness for his size. He did a great job out there killing that 2-man advantage for BFA.
Obit's line out there, Obit Fad and Moulton against the Fauché line from Massena. Off the draw, Whitcup back to Schneider at the point. Schneider feeds it into the corner. They jam at it. Puck bouncing around. Poked by Fauché. Fauché back to Schneider. Schneider can't keep it in. We got a 2-on-1 for BFA with Thompson back. Breaking in. Here's Moulton. Centering pass. Knocked down. And it was a bad pass. Ed Davis picks it up. And now Massena coming back. Trying to feed it through. Fauché takes it across. Here's Fauché. He gets knocked down. Good defensive play made, though, by number 11. We'll pick him up in a moment. But the puck in the corner, they jam for it. It's still free, apparently. Where is it? It's still free. Kicked ahead. And where is it? Controlled right there. That was Scott Delorme, Steve Delorme doing a good job. Scott Delorme. Back comes the Bob Whites across the blue line. Schneider gets a piece of it. Hard check thrown. Kicks back out to center ice. Picked up by Steve Moulton again. Moulton fighting for it along with Fauché. Schneider gets a piece of it back to the red line. Lifted deep in the Massena territory again. Bouncing in behind the net. Timmy Thompson. And both teams want to make a change here, I think. Headman to Whitcup. Whitcup loses it. It comes right in front. But it's poked into the corner. Back for Thompson. Thompson feeds Whitcup. Whitcup slides it ahead. Good play. Here comes Davis breaking down 1-on-1. Davis comes in, gets by, and has it poked away at the last minute. Steve Young, nice job. He flies down the ice, flips it. Icing will be called, and we're down to 4:50 left in the second period. And on the Peach Jewelers scoreboard, Massena leads at 3-1.
Young Eddie Davis has got to learn to crank that shot. He was busting down that left side. Really didn't have anybody to pass to. He was looking, but he possesses an excellent shot, a good heavy shot. And when he gets out there 35, 40 feet, he should crank that thing up. He elected to try to pass that time, and maybe next time he'll decide to shoot.
Tracy against Villeneuve. Levac now feeds it in the corner, in behind the net. McCracken gets tied up, kicks it free. Murphy pokes at it, and Villeneuve comes up with it. Here comes Villeneuve, sliding it out to center ice. Tommy Post is there. Headman to Murphy goes by him back in the Bob White zone. Here's Young. Young's headman out to center ice again. Stolen by Post, who dumps it right back across the blue line in behind the net. Picked up by Villeneuve. The goaltender, Gray, fell against his net, but he gets up again. And coming out with it, Villeneuve has it taken away by McCracken. He tries to center it back to Levac. The drive, it's deflected up into the wall, and that's good for 3.
I'll tell you, that this line of Pat Tracy, Scott McCracken, and Scotty Murphy, I'll tell you, they work together like fingers on a glove. They're really smooth out there.
Having a good game.
Yeah, they are. Pat Tracy, and he's that inspirational leader. You can just, he's 110% going all the time.
Okay, we've got Moulton's line out there, Jeff Moulton, against the Jake Morris line. Off the face, puck bounces back into Bob White territory. Joe Leclerc, the defenseman, trying to move it along the boards. Kicks into the center, picked up by Moulton. Here's Moulton's long headman pass back in the Massena territory. Schneider picks it up there. Brett in behind his own net. Starts out. Feeds it along the boards. Can't get it out of the zone. Bounces back to the blue line and out to center ice. Here comes Bigelow. He's got Morris. Bigelow feeding Morris. Can't quite catch up with it. And the puck comes in behind the net. Morris back to the point. Mike Adams slides it over on the other side to Schneider. Schneider in behind. After it is Bigelow. Bigelow stops, taken into the boards. Moore trying to help out. Bigelow goes after it. He can't come up with it. Hard check thrown, but the Bob Whites come up with it out to center ice. Joe Leclerc. Leclerc feeds it ahead. Here comes Perrant, shot from just inside the blue line, and that goes up into the wall, and the faceoff will come outside. We're down to 3:25 left to go here, second period. On the Peach Jewelers scoreboard, it's Massena 3 and BFA 1. Our broadcast this afternoon and evening also brought to you by the Massena Paper Company on East Orvis Street in Massena, North Country Savings Bank, 22 Phillips Street, Massena, by Homestead Dairies, West Hatfield and the corner of North Main and Maple Street in Massena, as well as the Seacom Federal Credit Union, Stern Street and Andrew Street in Massena. Off the face-off, puck along the boards just inside the Massena blue line. They jam for it. Here's a bouncing shot to Rush. He has to make a save right there. Leaves it for Thompson. Thompson swipes it around the boards for McDonald, who's playing the wing. Can't get it out of the zone. Dump back in behind the net again. Now Eddie Davis after it. Davis kind of over skates. Puck bouncing around. Controlled there by Moulton. Steve Moulton, that is. He and Fauché jam. Davis picks up the puck. Gets knocked down. Gets back up again. The puck kicks free, and it's picked up there by Thompson. Thompson trying to get by. He can't. Moulton steals. Thompson gets it back. Moulton gets it back again. They jam for it along the boards. Puck picked up there. Thompson poke checks at it. Davis bangs it. Doesn't get it out. Kept in at the point. Here's a shot. Goes wide. And McDonald after it there. And he's going to lug it himself to center ice. We have a whistle. And I think there's a piece of glass broken. Whoa, the boards broke.
I'll tell you, I'm just going to comment on that. Number 9, Braylon Obit. He is a package. I don't know how big he is. I'd like to have some stats on him. And I think it was Eddie Davis that he took into the glass over there on that far side. He really railed him. And it's been a while since I've seen in a high school hockey a piece of the plexiglass busted. But good, strong, clean check. But young Mr. Obit is quite a load.
Well, we'll see if
what they're going to do. I think they're going to call the end of the period, Jerry, and tack this on to the 2:33, tack it on to the third period. I think that's what the officials are going to do. Smart move.
Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to take a break for ABC News at 6 o'clock, and we'll come back after that and take a look at the statistics in most of the second period, and then we'll come back with the rest of the second and the third period. The scoreboard reads 3-1 for the Massena Red Raiders. The Raiders lead it here in the championship game after almost 2 periods. I believe a pool. It's a real nice facility. And, in fact, the hockey...
The coaching staff, Massena will...
to Schneider, feeds it ahead for Adams. Adams has it poked away in the zone. Jeff Murray after it. But Schneider picks it up, headmans it. McCracken drops back to Schneider. Schneider starts out. His headman pass does get out, but just barely as Murray got a piece of it. Now back in the Massena zone, Mike Adams feeds it over to Schneider. Schneider ahead to Tracy. Tracy gets tied up along the boards, comes away with the puck somehow, taken away by Villeneuve. Villeneuve drops it to Lance Gilbert. Gilbert trying to move it ahead, goes to Villeneuve. Poking for it there is Tracy. Pat comes away with a puck somehow. Here's Tracy to Murphy. Murphy centering pass. McCracken gets a shot. The big save made by Joe Gray. Back down the ice. Here comes Murray. His drive knocked down by Mike Adams. Adams and Murray jam for it. The puck sits in the circle. Back to the blue line. Here's a shot. And I think DeRushy got a piece of that. Made a big save, and it kicks up off the ice surface. And I don't know where that toe came from, but he got it in front of it.
I don't know how he saw that shot. There was a lot of traffic in front, and a nice shot from about, I'd say, 35 feet out that was headed for that lower corner, and he kicked out the right leg. Nice pad save.
1:36 remaining in the second period. We'll go right to the third period after this. We've already taken the intermission. And it's going to be the Jake Morris line out there against the Moulton line. Here's Levac now along the boards for Bigelow. Bigelow ahead to Morris. Here comes Morris breaking down, turning on the Jets, trying to get by the defenseman. Morris shot, score! And he put it right between Gray's legs. A pretty stick play by Jake Morris.
Oh, and it was a pretty play. And take it back one step further. Go back to the puck. The Raider defenseman ran the puck around on the boards. Jeff Bigelow down low. The BFA defenseman pinched down. Jeff didn't try to control the puck. He just tipped it, redirected it. Jake Morris redirected it out over the blue line. Jake Morris breaking down like a bullet, and just a beautiful play.
Off the face-off at center ice. Puck controlled by the Bob Whites as they come back the other way. Here comes Parent across the blue line. 3-on-2. The shot goes right across the goal mouth, and Massena controls it. Morris. Morris, headman to Thompson. Back to Morris. Here comes Jake right across the line. Gets by the defenseman. Right in front, tipped right, and a big save by Gray as it came to Tommy Moore. He got the tip on it, but Gray covered it up before it could go across the line.
Deja vu. They almost repeated it right back to back. The Jake Morris line, a good shift out there. Getting back to that Jake Morris goal, though, it was Jeff Bigelow redirected the puck. As I said, the BFA defenseman pinching down. He just redirected it. Jeff Morris going full tilt, crossing the blue line, picked it up, had a step on the BF defenseman, cut inside, and just a nice little move right between the legs.
Off the face-off, puck back to the blue line. Kept in by Massena. Good play by Schneider. Puck goes in the corner. After it, Richard Ross. Ross trying to move it out along the boards. They jam for it there. Now Whitcup steals. Whitcup in the corner. Picks it up, slides it around for Davis. Goes by him. Davis picks it up off a funny bounce. Dumps it right behind the net again. Bobby Whitcup. Whitcup centering pass. Oh, and Fauché didn't see it until too late. And BFA comes back the other way. Ricky Fadden. Fadden across the blue line. Elects to dump it in behind the net. DeRushy stops it. Leaves it. They jam. Puck comes free, bouncing around side of the net. Where is it? In behind, tied up. And finally, it's Tommy Post picking it up. Post trying to slide it out of the zone, throws a check, and Fauché comes back to help out. Here's Fauché. Over on the other side, Brett Schneider. Schneider, headman on the stick of Whitcup. Whitcup feeds it to Post, breaking down the left wing. Post trying to get by, takes it in. Poked away right in front. Ed Davis shot. Big save. Oh, Joe Gray as the period ends, and Massena almost had another one.
Tommy Post slid that puck across to Eddie Davis, and he was all alone, he and Joe Gray, and Eddie went to his backhand, felt he had a goal. If he could have got it up, he got the goalie down, but he couldn't get the puck up, and he just tucked it into the pads. A nice save by Joe Gray. That one really would have put the icing on the cake. You know, the Raiders, it isn't the period, but it happened the same thing last period. They came out, the opening moments of the second period, they came out strong and caught BFA flat. And the same thing has happened here, although it isn't the third period, but it was the opening moments and they caught them flat, and they got that goal.
Saves in the period. Gray had 4, a two-period total of 11. DeRushy had 10, a two-period total of 19, and some very, very big ones.
Yes.
So we're getting ready to start the third period now as they give them a minute between. Massena leads 4-1, a 3-goal advantage. However, we may look back to yesterday. Massena had a 3-goal advantage going into the third period, slacked off. They can definitely not afford to do it against this club.
I don't think they will. I don't think they will. They've got too much respect for this BFA club, and I don't think it's going to turn into a chippiness like it was yesterday with a lot of penalties. I'm predicting that, but I've been known to be wrong before. But I think they have a lot of respect for this BFA club and their power play, and I don't think you'll see the Raiders. And again, the championship's right here. They've got 15 minutes to go, and they really want this championship, and I think they'll be playing just as hard as they did the first two periods. But again, BFA, they're not out of it. This is a fine ball club, and as they come out a little flat at the beginning of that second period, and a little flat here, this 2:33 to start the third and a fourth period.
Third and a fourth. That's about right. Okay, Villeneuve will take the face-off against Tracy. Off the draw, puck poked into the Massena zone. Tracy going back, and Villeneuve picks up the loose puck, trying to center it. Goes right in front, shot, score! That was Murray cruising right in the slot, and he picked up the loose puck. Massena sloppy in their own end.
Opportunist, that went off the Massena defenseman's skate. He tried to clear it, and it went off his stick. I'm not sure if it was Mike Adams or Brett Schneider. It might have been Mike Adams' skate. He tried to clear it and went off the skate right out to the BFA forward, and he was an opportunist. It was on the stick and in the net.
So that makes it 4-2. Villeneuve against Tracy. Off the face-off. Puck to the Massena blue line. Mike Adams moves it ahead for Tracy. Pat has it taken away at the blue line. They jam for it. Murphy in there. Kicked out to center ice. And Tracy throws a check now. Puck bouncing free to the blue line. Here comes Murray. Villeneuve trying to go back to Murray. Knocked down by Adams. Now Murray in behind the net. Tracy steps into him. Ties up the puck. It bounces around in the slot. McCracken back, and he slides it in behind the net. All the way around the boards. Lance Gilbert pinches in. Keeps it in. Dumps it in behind the Massena net again. They center it right in front, but it's not kicked back. Young keeps it at the point. Here's Young, slides it, directed, just wide. DeRushy didn't even see that one. And Massena clears it to center ice. And here comes Murphy, picking up the loose puck across the blue line. Murphy shot, save, the rebound, just wide, as Joe Gray just lost it right in front. And back to the blue line and out to center ice as Morris missed the chance. Dump back in the zone. Massena clears it, delay offsides knocked off. And right back comes Steve Young. Young feeds it ahead. Across the blue line, Dave Kimmel. Kimmel and Thompson. Thompson poke checks it away. Picked up by Morris to Bigelow. Bigelow bounces it. Trying to get it out of the zone. He does. Tommy Moore, he picks it up, feeds it ahead. Goes into the BFA zone, right back out into the Massena zone. Kimmel races for it in the corner. Goes in behind the net. Kimmel has it taken away. Picked up by Bigelow. Bigelow, headman to Morris, goes by him. Out to center ice, dump back in. There's going to be a penalty on BFA, an interference call against Kimmel, and I think he's going to get a misconduct as well.
BFA exerting a lot of pressure. That goal at the 10-second mark. Sal's got it down here. Number 7, Murray, Jeff Murray, on assist from number 18, Dale Villeneuve, have put them right back into this ball game. This is a bad penalty for the Bob Whites to take at this time.
Kimmel picking up the interference call. I guess he didn't give him misconduct. I thought he did. Okay, off the face-off. Massena on the power play here, leading 4-2 on the Bob Post State Farm Insurance scoreboard. Comes to Bigelow. Bigelow, headman to Morris. Here comes Jake. He's got a 2-on-1. Feeds it to Fauché across the blue line, but offsides. Morris really didn't have control, and Fauché a little bit ahead of the play. It's one of those situations where it was very tough to stay onside.
Yeah, Jake, if he would have had control, he had Joey all alone up at the blue line. He saw him. He tried to get it to him, but at that little extra split second, and Joey had to break. There was nothing he could do. He's busting up in there, and just offside by a tad. But nice three-way passing play, just missed.
1:17 left in the power play. And off the face-off, the puck dumped by BFA. Down the ice it comes. Picked up by Mike Adams. Adams starts out. Headman pass to Schneider. Schneider trying to move it along the boards. Now it comes to Fauché. Poke checked away Adams. Here comes Michael with the puck. He just dumps it deep in BFA territory. In behind the net now. Back to the point. Mike with it. Adams feeds. Back to Schneider by way of Jake Morris. Schneider shot right on the rebound, jamming. And a save made by Joe Gray on Jeff Bigelow.
Little things mean a lot. Again, Jake Morris, a very heady hockey player. The puck coming around on the dasher, and what he did, he almost ran a pick play. So he screened off the BFA forward who was trying to get to the puck and allowed it from back to the point where the Raiders defenseman kept it in and blasted one from the point. Smart move by Jake Morris. Those are things you can't teach a hockey player. You know, that's instinctive.
Okay, Tracy out there now with his line mates, Murphy and McCracken. Off the draw, Murphy. Back to Adams at the point. Adams feeds Murphy. Here comes Murphy breaking in. Shot, score!
Oh.
Whoa! Did he pick the corner or what?
Yes, he did. He not only picked the corner, but he out-muscled number 17, Lance Gilbert, along the boards. He just out-muscled him. Took the puck away from him, walked around him, went in, looked and looked and looked, and decided there was another Raider. I think it was Pat Tracy parked in front, but he was tied up by a defenseman, so Scotty just pulled the trigger. Upstairs, big goal.
That makes it 5-2 Massena on the Bob Post State Farm Insurance scoreboard. Power play goal for the Raiders off the face-off. Puck back in the Massena zone. Thompson with it now. Thompson feeding it along the boards for McCracken. Back to the point out to center ice. Young trying to keep it in. He couldn't. Now the puck bouncing the blue line. Ahead to Tracy. Here comes Pat. Takes it across. Tracy. Young has lost his stick. And he just hauled Tracy down. The puck goes, hits the side of the net. And the save is made. And did they call Young on a penalty?
Yes, they did.
To.
Yeah, they called him for holding. He just, I think if that was out of frustration or not, he just reached over, dropped the stick, and grabbed him with both hands. And he's not questioning it.
Now McCracken had a good opportunity. That puck got by the goal. He hit the goal post and stayed right on the line, but nobody there. McCracken went streaking across, trying to poke it in, but goaltender Joe Gray fell back on top of it and made the save.
Steve Young gave away probably 5 inches and about 50 pounds, but he just grabbed him with both arms. He's not very big, but he's a fine-looking hockey player, Steve Young for BFA.
He sure is. He's played a good game here this afternoon and evening. Are we in the evening yet? I think we are, yeah. I don't know. I lose track sometimes.
So do I.
Okay, Massena.
I'm the guy who calls it a ball game, so
yeah, a disc game. Off the face-off, puck in the slot. Bigelow shot on the backhand, the save made by Gray. Morris back to the point, to Schneider, back to Morris at the 45. And he went back to Schneider, but Schneider wasn't there anymore, and it comes back in the Massena zone. Massena leads at 5-2 on the Post State Farm Insurance scoreboard, and the puck comes back to the red line, controlled by Fauché. Fauché through some traffic, gets knocked down, and the puck is backhanded in the Massena zone. Minute 3 left in the power play. Tommy Post with it behind his own end, feeds it to Schneider. Schneider loses it in the bounce. Comes up to Fauché. Oh, Fauché taken out of the play. Gets it back again and feeds it ahead. Here comes Bigelow to Morris. Morris just dumps it in the zone. Comes in behind the net. Stopped by the goalie. He's going to stick it into the corner. Bouncing around. Fauché is there. Here's Fauché coming behind the net. Looks to wrap it around. Can't quite control it. Takes it back to the point. Pinching in. And Schneider can't quite keep it in. Did a good play for keeping it going down the ice, though. And now the puck bounces back in the Massena zone, with 29 seconds and counting left in the power play. Now Massena coming out there with that first line. Around the boards, here's Schneider. Schneider backhand, intercepted. Not a good pass, but it didn't get in any trouble as Murphy picks it up and snaps it into the zone. Pat Tracy going after it behind the net. Goaltender controls it, loses it, and Tracy hit the side of the net with it. Right in front, they jam at it. Where is it? We got a penalty. And a little pushing and shoving.
BFA is starting to show a little bit of frustration. They've been working hard all day, and they don't seem to have much to show for their efforts, although they have 2 up on the scoreboard. They'll control the play for a while, and the Raiders come down and pop one in. The score doesn't indicate the game. It's a pretty even ball game, and BFA is showing a little bit of frustration right now.
They called Tracy for a penalty that time.
Oh, no. For what?
I don't know. We'll have to wait and see.
4-7 into the third period of penalty.
Let's see what the call is.
Pat Tracy, a minute and a half for interference.
Interference.
It was over. One of the BFA players came up and stuck his stick in his ribs, and
They call him for interference.
Oh, okay.
Okay, BFA controls. Jake Morris pokes it away. Morris almost stole it at the blue line, but it's dropped back by Gilbert. Gilbert to Young. Young to Gilbert. He has it intercepted by Morris. Morris just dumps as Massena killing a penalty now. Young picks up the puck. Headman pass to Gilbert. Gilbert slides it to the Massena blue line. Dumped in by Murray. Right back down the ice on the backhand by Thompson. Puck slides in on Gray. Gray leaves it. Massena leads 5-2 on the Bob Post scoreboard. Okay, here comes Young. Kicks it ahead to the Massena blue line. Murray dumps to an open wing. In behind the net, Mike Adams after it. Adams gets rubbed into the boards. Trying to come away with the puck, they jam. And finally, it's Thompson picking it up, feeding it around the boards. Young keeps it in at the point. for BFA. Trying to move it in on the 45. Bounces into the corner. Picked up there by Verville, that is. He leaves it for Murray. Here's Murray. Back to the point. They move it along the 45 back to the point again. They move it around. Here's Villeneuve. Villeneuve shot. Oh, just wide. Just wide. Young keeps it in again at the point. In behind the net. Picked up there by Verville. Verville moves up to the 45 now. Here's Verville back to Young at the point. Young trying to keep it in. He does. Into the circle. Back to Young at the point. Penalty is up. Young gets a shot off anyway, and I think the save was made, and Massena tried to control it. Villeneuve and Tracy kicked it back to the blue line. They jam for it. Puck bouncing around Villeneuve. He dumps it to an open wing. It bounces out to center ice. Young has to come back. So Massena dodged a bullet there as Young feeds it up into the stands. And we're down to 8:54 left in the third period. And on the Bob Post State Farm Insurance scoreboard, Massena leads it 5-2. Our broadcast tonight brought to you by North Country Sports on Main Street, downtown Massena. Bogosian's Carpet and Furniture, 70 Willow Street, Massena. The Massena Savings and Loan Association, 121 Main Street, Massena.
Jerry, what the Bob Whites do, they flip-flop their wings. They put the left wing on the right side and vice versa with the right, and that gives them the full net to shoot at. It's very effective.
Here's McDonald behind the net now. Bob White territory has it taken away. And moving it out to center ice. Here come the Bob Whites. Stepped right in front of it, though, Schneider, to dump it back in behind the net. Back there is Randy Yates. Fauché steals, gets by a check, falls down. Oh, boy, there was a wicked check, and the puck comes out to center ice. Who was that? It was McDonald that threw that check. I remember a check he threw a couple of games ago. Okay, now Davis in there. Good job by this third line tonight. They played very, very well. Fauché gets tied up. Trying to come up with it, poked free. And finally, the Bob Whites control it out to center ice. Here comes Jay Parent. Parent down into the Massena zone, trying to drop it back in the point. The puck goes into the corner. Schneider pokes it away. McDonald now looks for it, finds it, slides it out to center ice. That's going to go down the ice, but not far enough for icing, and Massena will get a line change. Almost halfway through the third period, as the Bob Whites dump it down the ice. That'll be icing against them, and move the faceoff back into Massena territory with 7:45 left in the third period.
You mentioned that third unit of Joey Fauché, Eddie Davis, and Bobby Whitcup is flip-flopping with Danny McDonald. Good job. They've been hustling out there, aggressive, throwing good solid body checks. Danny McDonald sent a bone-rattling check his last shift out there.
Okay, we've got Brian Obitz's line. Not Brian, Braylon. Braylon Obitz's line out there against the Tracy line.
He's about a foot taller than Pat, looks like.
He is. Pat wins the draw, though. Back to Post, who dumps it in the corner. Whips around the boards. After it is McCracken. Scotty trying to get it back to the blue line, and it's out to center ice. And here comes Steve Moulton. Moulton taken away from him. It's dumped into the zone. Around the boards for Murphy. Murphy from Massena. Headman to Tracy. Doesn't get it out. It's poked back into the corner. Mike Adams has to come back for it. Adams starts back the other way. Feeding his winger. Long headman pass. McCracken racing for it. He may have it. Here's McCracken. Gets hauled down. The puck slides right in on the goalie, and he makes the save. And I don't know, was that a legal check? I guess it was.
No, when he leaves his feet like that, that's...
Normally a penalty.
Normally it's a penalty when you're leaving your feet to make a check like that. But the Raiders have to expect that BFA are going to be throwing everything but the kitchen sink. They're going to be diving everyone but the goaltender. So, again, they're going to have to get to the puck in a hurry and move it in a hurry. And if they're not sure, tip it by them. That was at that time they came out of their own end, and Scotty Murphy, a long diagonal pass out of his own end, and Scotty McCracken breaking hard down that right side almost was home free.
Back to the point. Post dumps it in the corner. That's the kind of pass that may not click, but it's not going to hurt you.
That's right.
And long pass out to center ice. Post is there to break it up. Feed it back along the blue line. Tommy Moore had it, but it's flipped back out again. Here comes Villeneuve. Villeneuve. Post takes him out of the play, and Bigelow trying to poke it back to the blue line, kept in the corner. Now the puck comes to Post. Post back passes around behind. Nice tip by Adams to move it along. To Bigelow back to Adams. That's going to be an icing on Massena. No, they wave it off. Yeah, they did. They started to wave it off, but then made the call. And the faceoff will move back in the Massena zone. 6:38 remaining in the third period. The Raiders lead it on the Bob Post State Farm Insurance scoreboard 5-2.
Yeah, the Raiders at this stage, 6:38 to go, up by 3. They don't care if they come out smooth. They don't have to come out of their own end smooth. Just good positional hockey in their own end, no breakdowns. Play your position, and if you're being pressured, just dump it. Take the icing if you have to. And watch the diving up on the offensive end, the pinching by the defenseman. They don't need another goal.
Off the faceoff, puck sits in the circle. Timmy Thompson trying to move it out of there. Kept in. Now Fauché comes back to help out. Gets a stick on it somehow. Puck goes into the corner. Parent is there. Here's Parent sliding it. Goes back to the point. Here's a drive. And DeRushy got a stick on it. I think that would have been wide anyway. Now the puck along the boards. We got a penalty and a cross check. And it's going to go against BFA.
Timmy Thompson did look like, I think Timmy might have got the skate on that one, Jerry. It was hard. Timmy acted as a goaltender. Remember, he owes Brucey about 3, so
there
he paid him back. There's a payback right there.
Somebody got a stick on it or a skate on it anyway. So Massena will go on the power play here as I think that's Parent picking up the cross-check penalty. I don't know who was the recipient of that cross-check.
I'm not sure.
Nevertheless, nobody got up slowly or anything, so no problems. And
might have been Bobby Whitcup.
Yeah, who knows? Probably. Off the face-off, puck in behind the Massena net. Timmy Thompson starts out. Trying to headman it, doesn't get it out of the zone. Now he does. No, he doesn't. Kept in there, sliding around, back out, back in, and it's stopped behind the net by DeRushy. Uh-oh, falling down is Massena. They try to center it, but it goes into the corner. Now the puck comes free, Pat Tracy. Tracy feeds to Thompson, back to Tracy. Tracy trying to go to Murphy. He gets it anyway. He goes through the defenseman's leg, takes it across, fired it just wide. The rebound hits the side of the net by Tracy, and it goes in on the goalie, and he covers it up, Joe Gray, as he had somebody parked right on top of him. That was who? That was Murphy. Murphy made a beautiful shot, just missed by inches, and Tracy, as the goalie was out of the play, whacked at it, hit the side of the net. And Massena almost picked up another one there on the power play.
Rebound, and he actually hit the post, I think. He got a piece of the post.
Okay. Now Massena's going to make a line change here. The Morris line will come out. Verville is out there to kill it off, along with LeClaire and Randy Yates and Jeff Murray.
Coach Moore uses two different units with the second unit power play. Sometimes use Joey Fauché up on the left side, place of Tommy Moore, which he's doing now.
Face-off goes to Post. He kept it in somehow after the shot was blocked. Little pushing and shoving. Tommy gets the worst of that.
Tommy reminds me of that old saying in football, north and south. You know, he's quick for a big man, but he's north and south. He's not too much going east and west when he gets that puck.
Okay.
I think he sometimes likes to run over him instead of go around him.
Could be the case. Off the face, the puck bouncing. Back out to the blue line and out to center ice. Post is there. Feeds to Adams. Mike waits and flips it in the zone. Picked up there by Yates, poked away, and Bigelow almost got a piece of it. Yates going to dump it to center ice. Adams with it has it poked away into the zone. Here's an opportunity for BFA. It goes into the corner, and Post throws a check, and the puck comes free. And we're going to have a penalty, a charging on Post.
I couldn't see it. I could hear the sound down in the corner. I was keeping my eye on Mike Adams. Both he and Tommy worked well. They got crossed, the BFA forwards crossed, but they didn't get confused. Both defensemen didn't go for the same forward. They did a good job. Mike Adams hustling back, picking up the loose wing. And I heard the crash down in the corner, but I was keen on number 12, Mike Adams.
46.
So that'll nullify the Massena power play, and BFA will go on the power play in 26 seconds. Let's see, we've got 4-on-4 now for the next 26. Massena leads 5-2 on the Bob Post State Farm Insurance scoreboard. And out there to take the face-off will be Dave Kimmel. Off the draw. Puck right on, the save by DeRushy, and he dropped it, but then found it and dived on it.
Actually, Pat Tracy won that draw. He won the draw, but Mike Adams was playing over along the boards. Mike didn't come in quick enough to pick up the puck. Pat won the draw, drew it behind him, and Mike didn't come across fast enough, and the BFA forward stepped in and flipped a little shot at Bruce DeRushy.
Off the face-off, puck in behind the net. Adams with it this time, flips it back down the ice. Now, I don't believe that's going to go far enough for icing. No, they wave it off. And we're down to 5 minutes left in the third period. Okay, breaking out of his own zone is Steve Young. Young's a good defenseman, and he can carry the puck. He dumps it in the Massena zone, but he caught somebody offsides. He made that little move before he dumped it, and he caught his guy offside, so that'll force the faceoff back out. 2 seconds left in the BFA penalty. They'll be on the power play in 2.
Yeah, you know, you instruct your forwards, you bust up there in a power play, go hard, go hard, go hard, and when that puck carrier decides to make that little delay, he's going to pull everybody offside. You blame the puck carrier, not the guy that went offside.
Morris out there, take the face-off. Off the draw comes to Adams. Penalty is up, so Adams can dump it, and dump it he does down the ice. BFA on the power play now. Young with it, in behind his own net. Here comes Young, starting it out again. Moving it ahead to the Massena blue line. Met there and stopped by Brett Schneider. Good play by Schneider. Now the puck goes behind Kimmel. He has to come back for it in his own end. We got Bigelow out there killing it along with Morris. Now the puck along the boards into the zone. Schneider finds the hole, dumps it. Here comes Adams racing for it. Oh boy, he just got railed into the boards. Following up is Bigelow. He got hammered, and the puck comes back the other way. The Bob White, Steve Moulton dumps it in the Massena zone. After it is Mike Adams. Adams in behind his own net, skates out of trouble with it. Here comes Adams looking for the hole. There's nobody there. Down the ice it goes with 10 seconds left in the power play. Back to pick it up is Lance Gilbert. Both teams making changes. Gilbert headman to Murray. Murray trying to feed it ahead. Across the blue line is Verville. Drops it for Murray. Back to the point. The penalty is up. The puck goes wide into the corner. Picked up by Villeneuve. Thompson trying to come up with it. Goes in behind to Jeff Moulton. Moulton with it. Takes the shot, knocked down by Levac, and he finds the handle and slowly knocks it down the ice. I don't think they're going to call icing on that. It's not going to go far enough. And it comes back in the zone. Good job by Levac. Here's the puck stolen by Murphy. Murphy gets by a check, or the puck does. He doesn't. And picking it up is Villeneuve. Villeneuve kind of fell down, gets back up again, controlling the puck the whole time, and feeds it ahead out to center ice. Young dropping it, gets it back again. Now Tracy steals and dumps it. And we are down to 3 minutes left in the third period. We have a whistle. What do we got to call? I didn't even see that. Somebody. Pat Tracy?
Danny Allen is coming towards
roughing.
The box. He's calling roughing to get one in a hurry. 3 minutes and 1 second. They're down by 3. They'll have a man advantage. I think BFA is going to take their timeout. A good timeout by Coach Tom McDonald. I wouldn't be surprised that, I'm sorry, pull their goalie. You're down by 3. Maybe not. Maybe you'll have to get one back.
Our broadcast brought to you by Massena Building Supply, 70 Water Street, Massena. Massena General Contracting. Phone 764-5457 or toll free 1-800-427-0226. By the Massena Super Duper in the Hart Haven Shopping Center, and by Hahn Welding Supply, located on Route 56 near the intersection of Route 37. And again, on the Bob Post State Farm Insurance scoreboard, the Raiders lead at 5-2 with 3:01 left in the third period.
Both coaches doing what you like to see in a timeout. They're over there instructing their players. They're not just calling a timeout for the sake of getting a breather. Both Coach Stan Moore and Coach Tommy McDonald and Coach Timmy Long are giving encouragement and instructions to their players. And I'm sure Stan is saying right now, discipline, don't break down, composure. Game's not over till the final whistle now. .301 left in the third period. The Raiders up by 3, 5-2.
Okay, we're underway here. Comes to the Massena line. Schneider lifts it high in the air, and the puck bounces along the boards, picked up again by BFA. The Bob Whites headed into the zone. Villeneuve trying to get by, dropping it to the 45. Comes back to the point. Here's Gilbert, shot through traffic, knocked down. And Adams goes into the corner, tomahawks it, missed it, and the puck bounces free. Picked up there by Moulton. Moulton goes to Villeneuve at the 45. Villeneuve shot deflected right on, bouncing in front. They jam at it. Comes to Morris, and he feeds it into the corner. Big play by Jake, and somebody in front of the net, too. Now back to the point. Here's Villeneuve at the point. Dumps it off. Bounces into the circle. Moving around, back to the point. Here's Villeneuve. The drive, and goes high over the net. Young with it. The shot, knocked down right in front. They fire it just wide. Villeneuve in the slot. The shot saved. DeRushy covers up. That puck bouncing all around in front of the net, but so far the Bob Whites have been unable to get it past Brewster Rushy.
A lot of activity, a lot of traffic in front of the Massena net, and that penalty killing unit, the forwards Jake Morris and Jeff Bigelow, really tired out there. They're coming off for a change, but again, Brewster Rushy standing tall.
I see what you're saying there, big guy. Face-off will come to the left. And it's going to be Joey Fauché taking the draw now. Fauché out there along with McCracken to try to kill. Off the face, McCracken gets it, but it doesn't get it out. Back to the point. Here's a drive, goes wide around the nets. And it's controlled by BFA. 25 seconds left in the power play. Thompson gets a piece of it, slides it. Murray's got it. Back to the point again. The big defenseman, the shot, knocked down in front. The rebound bounces high over the net. Murray in behind the net now, swiping at it. Thompson's there, trying to come up with it. He's ridden into the boards. Somehow comes up with a puck. It's still there. He pokes it free. Now a hard check thrown by Fauché. Thompson, another hard check thrown. They jam at it. Finally, the whistle sounds. And there's going to be a hit from behind on somebody, and I think it's going to go against, I don't know who. I think Murray is going to get it for BFA.
I think he railed Joey Fauché. Oh, maybe Joey's going to come to the box. He's shaking his head. They took turns nailing each other, but he's going to call Joey probably from hitting.
Yeah, that's what it is, a hit from behind. So now Massena down 2 men for 2 seconds.
Tim Thompson, he's getting better every game. He's played another solid game here tonight.
Still 5-2 Massena. Bob Post State Farm Insurance scoreboard. Massena's going to come out with Mike Adams now. And we have 1:33 left in the third period. To take the face-off, Dave Kimmel. They put Kimmel in there a lot when they need the face-off. BFA does. Of course, they want to win this draw. McCracken comes up with a puck, though, off the face-off, backhands it down the ice. Big face-off by Scotty McCracken. Now still a power play. BFA is going to be on a power play for the rest of the game, just about. Not quite, but almost. All but, 3 seconds? Something like that. Of course, that means Massena can ice the puck.
Yes.
So there are different ways to look at it if they pull a goaltender, we're talking about. Okay, here comes BFA across the blue line, offsides. Little bit of a delay on that call, and BFA's not happy about it, but it is an offsides, and we're down to 1:05 left in the third period. Massena's still killing off a penalty for 1:02.
I'm afraid it's too late for the Bobcats here. I don't think they can. Minute 5 left, down by 3.
A lot of goals in a little time.
Yeah, that's true.
But we'll see. Stranger things have happened. And the bouncing puck kept in at the point by Lance Gilbert. Gilbert takes a whack at somebody. Puck comes back to him. They move it along the boards. The whistle blows. And we're down to 50 seconds left in the third period. What did they call? I don't know what they called.
I'm not sure.
Just a tie-up?
It was a mass of humanity, one of those rugby scrums down along the near side down there.
That's a good way to describe it. I like that. That'll work out just right. Off the face-off, puck bouncing around. Back to the point. Still controlled by the Bob Whites, but at the perimeter, Jake Morris steals, dumps it down the ice, and we're down to 35 seconds left. And the Bob Whites haven't even bothered trying to pull their goaltender, as, well, I can't say they've conceded the game, but I don't think they feel they're going to have a shot at winning it. Mike Adams with a puck, trying to get it out. The puck's stolen. Here comes Villeneuve right in front. It's knocked down and hits the side of the net. And we're down to 13 seconds left. Massena's going to win this hockey game, win the tournament. And the puck comes in behind, bouncing around, poked away by Thompson along the boards. Fauché's back, which means the game is over. And Massena wins it 5-2. Very convincing win and a good, solid effort by the Red Raiders from start to finish.
Good, solid effort, but a good, solid effort also, Jerry. BFA 5-2, convincing on the scoreboard, but it was probably even a little closer than that. I have to commend both teams. It was a real enjoyable hockey game. The fans got their money's worth. I think both clubs if these two clubs went against each other on 10 occasions, it would probably end up 6-4, and I don't know which team would end up, who would win 6 and who would win 4. But tonight the Raiders had a little more of it. They played some good, solid effort all the way around, got the goals when they needed them, the opportunist, when the opportunity presented himself. Again, the defense solid, and that big number 1 back between the pipes played a real solid ball game. It'll be interesting to see what the all-star team will be as it comes down. They'll probably announce that when they I don't know. Sal, did you get the let me see the oh, okay, here it comes out the I guess some stats on that last in the third period at the 10-second mark, number 7 Murray scored for BFA from Villeneuve, Dale Villeneuve, and then the Raiders countered at Scotty Murphy at the 2:29 mark from Mike Adams. Okay, I'll turn it over to Jerry that are announcing the...
I hope John can read it.
Okay, first, I would like to announce...
Here come the announcements.
All-Star Tournament team for Massena's Invitational Hockey Tournament. Matt Farrell from Potsdam.
Matt Farrell of Potsdam, one of the forwards.
Pat Tracy, Scott Murphy, and Scott McCracken from Massena for the forwards. And for defensemen, Steve Young of BFA and Mike Adams of Massena.
So Mike Adams of Massena, Steve Young of BFA.
MVP player for the tournament, Bruce Rushy of Massena.
Bruce DeRushy gets the most valuable player.
Can't argue with that call.
Mike Adams and Steve Young from BFA.
So there are the all-tournament team.
Scotty Murphy and Scotty McCracken.
You know, Jerry, in this tournament, you probably could have picked about 15 all-stars.
I know. This was a tough call. It really was. The Massena first unit played so well. And Steve Young, a super hockey player. You know, we could have picked maybe a couple of BFA forwards. However, they really didn't score too much tonight.
No, they didn't stand out in the second game.
No, they sure didn't, whereas the Massena forwards did.
Yeah.
And, of course, DeRushy, I don't think anybody could argue with that call.
No, he was, I don't know how many saves he had tonight. We didn't get the final stats on that one. Maybe Sal picked it up. It was, we'll get it for you later. But last night he had 33 saves. Massena was outshot by IHC. And again, tonight I think you'll find out that BFA outshot Massena. And there's no question he was at least in my opinion, he was the MVP of this tournament. But all 4 teams, this was a great tournament.
It sure was.
First time to have a Christmas tournament. Boy, the competition was really close. The scores indicate that, and as we sat here, the play was very enjoyable. I think the fans were well entertained by all 4 teams.
Again, a super effort by all the clubs involved, and very good hockey games. The crowd was very well entertained. So Massena takes home the hardware here with a victory 5-2 in the championship game over BFA, the Bob Whites. Bruce DeRushy wins the most valuable player. The Massena first unit of Scott Murphy, Pat Tracy, and Scott McCracken all get all tournament nods, along with Matt Farrell of Potsdam. And on defense, Steve Young of BFA and Mike Adams of Massena. So that's how it all shaped up. And Massena's off now until next Friday, a non-league game against the Northwood B squad right here at 7 o'clock. And then the Raiders travel to Thousand Islands, Clayton, to take on Thousand Islands next Saturday afternoon at 1:30. And we'll also have a Salmon River game on for you. That game coming up on Wednesday evening against Norwood Norfolk at the Norfolk Community Center at 7 o'clock. We'll be on the air with that. So, again, Massena wins the championship in a super effort.
Jerry, before we forget, we want to wish all our hockey fans out there, all our listeners, everyone, a very happy new year. from you and I, and we want everyone to be a safe and happy New Year and enjoy themselves, but be careful.
That's for sure. Happy New Year, everyone. And again, we invite you to join us next time around. Friday for Massena hockey, Wednesday for Salmon River hockey. Again, the consolation game, another thriller, went to Potsdam, scoring Matt Farrell, the all-tournament forward, scoring with 10 seconds left in the hockey game to win it 4-3 for Potsdam. And this one here, Massena 5-2 over BFA for the championship. That is going to wrap it up. Our broadcast brought to you by the A+ Mini Market, downtown Massena.